Hey guys, Dr. Chris of MC Chiropractic. We're back with another Fitness Friday. We're going to be talking about how to get rid of that nagging low back pain. If you're having issues moving, not able to figure out what exercises are good exercises to do or what exercises are bad exercises to do, I want to share a little story with you guys about a patient that I just worked with today. They kept on flaring up their lower back when they were trying to do exercises that they found online and some through a workout video that they were trying to do that were supposed to be good for them. They didn't get any relief from their back pain. It was kind of re-aggravating their back pain issues that they already had. So what we want to do is talk about how to figure out how to actually get exercises that are good for you and make your back feel better when you're doing them and after you're doing them. So we got them adjusted, we got the pain reduced, and then we got to find some exercises that actually didn't cause any pain while they were doing them and reduce the pain when they were done. That's a win. We're gonna have them keep doing those exercises for several days so that they can actually strengthen up the muscles around their back. Well, let's figure out why something might have been aggravating their back in the first place, okay? The basic explanation that I give for a lot of patients, we call the can talk. So I got some cans in front of us today, and I'm going to use some Drekker cans today. I want everybody to please go check out the alltogetherfm.com. This is a really cool thing that Drekker is doing for people who are out of work right now in the service industry because of COVID-19. Really, they're doing a cool fundraiser where you can contribute directly or you can purchase all together beer run that they're doing to support people who are out of work because of the social distancing orders that are in place right now. So check it out, again, alltogetherfm.com, and drink some Drekker beer when you have some free time. But let's talk about what we can do that's good for our back right now. So our core is built like a can. We got this empty space in the middle with organs in it, but that doesn't hold us up, okay? We don't want to be resting on our stomach and on our intestines, right? That's not good. That doesn't support us or hold us up. But we do have these muscles that wrap around the outside and they sit on our spine. So we balance on that spine, but we get back pain if we just rest on the spine. We've got these squishy discs in between our bones that can get squashed. If you don't understand that, go check out our Why Your Back is Built Like a Jelly Donut video. We can link to that below too, I guess. And we don't want to put a lot of direct pressure on those discs. They don't tend to tolerate that well. We actually want to use the muscles around our core to help prop our spine up, okay? So if we prop our spine up, we're actually going to reduce stress on our lower back. We're going to reduce our pain. We're going to move better. We're actually going to be able to lift more weight or do bigger exercise movements without pain. So let's figure out how the heck that works, okay? If we have a can right here, we're going to go through some basic, easy questions, okay? I have an empty can right here, and I have a full can right here. And if we were going to try to crush one of these, I want you to think to yourself, which one would be harder to crush? It shouldn't take a lot of thinking to understand that the full can is going to be harder to crush, right? That empty can is going to be easier to crush. So let's step back and say, well, if I have an empty can, if I'm not holding my core at all, if I'm soft and squishy, if I'm exhaled all the way out and I've got no air left in me, this isn't very good for supporting anything. So we don't want this loosey-goosey core, okay? We also want to talk about the difference between what if I have a dent in my can, okay, or a straight can. Even if they're both empty, if I have a straight can and a dented can, which one's going to be harder to crush? Well, the straight one is. We can figure that out really easily. If I push down on that, that's still actually pretty hard to crush, okay? But if I step down on this one or press down this one, that's actually really easy to crush right now. So if we're doing our ab exercises with a big arch in our lower back, if we're slamming our back up and down as we're doing core exercises, or if we're holding a side plank with a bent side as we're doing them, these aren't going to be very effective. We're actually not going to be strengthening that core very well at all. And sometimes people say, well, I heard you're not supposed to bear down when you do everything. Well, yeah, we don't want to bear down too much, because if we have pressure going outward, but we're not using that firm outer muscle to squeeze back in, then we've got something that looks a little bit like a balloon, right? We're just ballooning outward. This isn't very effective. It will actually hold us up, but it's not very strong, right? We can squish this down pretty good. and easy too. This doesn't hold up to something with rigid sides like this can, right? Even if it's empty, that's still pretty hard to crush down. So we don't like this bubbled out core, and we don't like an empty can. Ideally, we want something that's like a full can, okay? We want something with rigid sides on the outside, like these thick abdominal muscles that we want to build or maintain. We want to actually create pressure inside there. We want to learn how to use our air to support ourselves, to tighten up our abs, okay? That's a really hard thing to crush. All of these other things, a bent can, arching off to one side, using weird bending techniques and habits, that's not a really good idea. Using a soft, bubbled out midsection like this, a lot of us guys, as we age, we tend to get this bubble gut like that. That's no good, because really that's crushable at some point. That's gonna give out. We can only do this so many times before this thing starts to bulge out to one side or another. That's how we get hernias in our belly or in our groin. Or if we're looking at it from the disc point of view, that's how we herniate a disc. So you don't want something with no support on it like that, okay? If we can learn to make those abdominals rigid and tight as we bend, that's more rigid like this metal can here. But with this one, even if we put enough force down on this, like if I were to step on it, I'd be able to crush this empty can. But if I take a full can, if I tighten my abs all the way around, if I keep my spine neutral, if I learn to bear down just a little bit with my diaphragm and hold that air, okay, that's actually a pretty strong core. That's why a can that's full is so much harder to crush under your foot than a can that's empty. So let's backtrack. Let's always try to make sure that we have our core in a neutral position. Let's tighten our outer abdominals as firmly as we can so we've got a nice rigid side, and then we're gonna bear down our air just a little bit. You should notice that I'm bearing down, but I'm not speaking like I'm holding my breath or anything like that. Once we have all those three in place, we can usually do our core exercises or bending exercises like a squat or a hinge without back pain. If you're having trouble figuring that out with this little tutorial, let's go ahead and actually have you give somebody a call us, call your chiropractor, call a physical therapist, and have them walk you through with a hands-on approach to learn how to use your core so that your back doesn't hurt, take pressure off that spine or the nerves in your lower back. Guys, I almost forgot, we covered all of the best exercises for your core to work it in all three planes in previous videos. See links below to make sure that you know the exercises to correct these. I just didn't want this video to get too long, so check them out in the links below. Remember, we're always at Adventure Chiropractic to help you move better, feel better, and be a better you. If you haven't already, please subscribe down below, click the bell notifications so that you get notifications for all upcoming videos, and go check out a good cause. Go to alltogetherfm.com and make a contribution for those people that are out of work right now, and support Drekker. Thanks, guys.
Everybody's moving, everybody's moving, everybody's moving, 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 moving. Everybody's moving, everybody's moving, everybody's moving, 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 and stop.